Hi everybody, this is Dr. Weideman, and this short video will introduce you to our My Courses course and also to the MyMathLab course. So let's start in the My Courses course. When you first come into the course, you'll land on what's called the course homepage. And on the left-hand side, there'll always be a news item located over here that gives you information about upcoming due dates or what we're working on currently in the course. And on the right-hand side will be calendar items with upcoming due dates. I also want to point out that you have your student tools across the top here. In this particular, I want to point out two things. One is email faculty. If you want to send me an email, this is the easiest way to do it. Click here and it'll already be addressed to me. You can also respond to an email that I've sent you. That's an easy way to do it also. And also I'm going to point out library and tutoring. There's free tutoring available to all students at the college. And you have tutor.com where you can do online tutoring, which is not synchronous. In other words, you submit something and they might respond to you. It may be synchronous if there's somebody available at the time that you need help. The tutoring services is where you can make an appointment with an SPC tutor, either for an online Zoom meeting or to come to campus and have an appointment with a tutor. Let's go ahead and go to course content. And I want to point out at the top of the toolbar is a link to the syllabus. And most importantly in the course, when you first begin, you want to go to the Begin Here module, which has introductory materials about the course. And it's got some submodules in here. Here's your syllabus, which is really important for you to take a look at and make sure you understand how the course is organized, the grading system, and so forth. There's a detailed weekly schedule here, which shows all of the course assignments, where they're located, and the due dates. So I would suggest if you can print that out, keep it by your computer, and you can check off each assignment as you complete it. And the syllabus quiz is also located here, which is required in order for you to unlock the unit modules, which are shown over here. When you first start the course, you're not going to be seeing these until you complete that syllabus quiz with 100%. And let's look on the toolbar again on the table of contents over here on the left-hand side. So the Begin Here module, below that there's an Ask a Question forum where you can post a question to other students in the class about the course, if you want to look for study buddies, things like that. Analysis of test answers. After your unit test due date passes, I'll post an analysis of questions that were missed by a number of students. And let's take a look at one of the unit modules. They're all set up in the same format. So there'll be a little introduction here, which tells you about the module topics and essential questions, the learning objectives that we cover, and then there's an assignments checklist to help you go over, understand what you've got, again, what assignments are required here. And then also within each unit module, you have section notes. These are notes that I've created that go over the different sections in the ebook that we use. There are lecture videos located here, worked example videos. These are all videos that I've created for the course. A list of your assignments, again, the same thing that's on the weekly schedule. There's no due dates here, though. You need that weekly schedule to see the due dates. And then each unit has a unit discussion topic, and there's grading criteria included here. So you want to make sure you follow the grading criteria so that you get full credit. Let's take a look now at across the top toolbar. Oh, and also sometimes there's additional materials in the unit, depending on, let's see, this one you have PowerPoints also, and then sometimes additional materials, which might be links to other websites or interesting information that you might find helpful about the topic. Let's go back up to the top toolbar. In the calendar in My Courses, I've loaded all the due dates for the course. And so this will show the due dates for, so here's where class begins. Your assignments are primarily due on Mondays at 11 o'clock, and it shows you the assignment due dates here. The only change to that is for Labor Day week, and there you're going to have assignments pushed to Tuesday because the college is closed on Monday. If you look across the top here, you also have an option here to go to your grades. You've got a communication tab, which gives you the ability to email your classmates and also email me as your professor. But again, I would use the student tools to do that. Okay, so let's go back to the course homepage. So this course uses MyMathLab course. And so I'm going to, let's just collapse this for a second. Right below the news area is what we call the Pearson widget. And this is what you're going to use to get registered in MyMathLab. Now, the first time you click on that widget, what you'll get is, first you'll get the user agreement that you need to agree to, and then you're going to get a page that asks you to either sign in with your Pearson account if you have one already or create an account. Once you've gone through that step, on the next screen, you'll see something with three options. If you've already purchased your access code, you can click on this button here and enter the access code, and you'll be logged into you'll be registered in the course. If you don't have the access code, you can purchase it here. You want to do the 18-week, not the 2-year, just 18-week is fine. Or you can also get temporary access to the course, which is good for 14 days. So you want to take one of those 3 options. There's no reason not to get registered now. If you're waiting for financial aid, you still have the option to do this temporary access without paying. Okay, so once you've done that, you're always going to use the same widget then to go back into the MyMathLab course, and I suggest you use the orange bar at the top here because it'll take you to the full MyMathLab course. And when you first go in, you'll see a calendar, and this calendar shows upcoming assignments that are due in MyMathLab. It's not going to show the things that are due in my courses, which would be the discussion topics, but you will see here on the 22nd you have 2 homeworks due, and on the 29th you have 2 homeworks and a unit test due. Okay, let's take a look at how it's set up in here. So it's got unit of study. This course has 5 units of study, and these are set up the same way as they are in my courses. And when you first click on that, you can get a copy of the access to the ebook right here. You can also get access to the different sections of the ebook through the units here. But if you want to see the entire ebook, click right here. And then if we go back to the main menu here and we click on assignments, which is probably where you want to go, you'll see all the assignments for the course. Their due dates are shown over here. And I want to point out to you that for each unit module, there's a little green flag that tells you you have to have 60% on each of the associated homeworks in order to gain access to the unit test. You get 2 chances on the test. On the homework, by the way, you can redo the problems as many times as you like and your highest grade will be kept. 2 attempts on the unit test. When you take a unit test a second time, they're based on question pools, so you may not get the same questions. So you want to make sure you review your first attempt before you take it again. Make sure that you understand where you missed questions. Maybe go back and review again before you try for the second time. Let's pull up a question. I don't know, I'll just go back in here somewhere. And I want to show you that there are some what we call learning aids available on the problems in MyMathLab. So here's a problem from our logic section. Down here, get more help. So depending on the problem, you have help me solve it, which will help you solve this exact problem, but when you get finished and go back, you're going to have a new problem. View an example will walk you through a similar problem, but when you get finished, you'll have the same problem you can go back to. That's helpful, especially if the problem has multiple parts. You also have an option to go to a section of the textbook where this is covered. You have an option to send me an email that will send me the exact question that you're working on, and it helps me if you tell me what you're having trouble with. Sometimes there'll also be a video linked here, depending on the question and what material is available from MyMathLab. And I wanted to show you one other thing in here. On the assignments page for each section, I've also linked the section of the textbook and then any videos or activities, like here's an interactive activity here for this particular section here. And these might be helpful if you like to look at these. These are not graded. They're not part of your course grade. You do not have to do them, but they're just available there in the event that you would like to use those. Let's get back over to our course. So this course has a proctored final exam, and it will be given using HonorLock. And let me show you over here. There is a required HonorLock sample test that you have to submit in order to get access to the proctored final exam. So I will post a date later in the semester, and if you submit this HonorLock sample test before that date, I'll give you an extra point towards your final exam grade. But that HonorLock sample test will make sure that I know that you understand how HonorLock works. And you access HonorLock on the top toolbar here. Use the HonorLock module. A link here, when you click on it, you'll see the exam that you want to do, either the sample test or the proctored final, and then you click launch and you'll go through the steps to do your ID check, your room scan, and so forth. So I look forward to working with you this semester, and I hope we have a great semester.